Welcome to Boardello, where you will learn everything about games you were curious about, but were afraid to ask. Everyone plays board games. It's natural, not sinful. We are your hosts, James, Johan, and Nicholas. It's Gen Con season. Gen Con is the biggest convention for tabletop gaming in the entire country. Everyone's gonna party their noses and their asses off. So, just for this sexy occasion, we have a special episode planned for... Nicholas? What are you doing?
I'm packing.
Is it time to go already? Do we have time for a review at least?
No! We have to leave in a few minutes or we're gonna miss the opening singles mixer.
Why am I never invited to that?
I believe your strange relationship with Jenkins disqualifies you as single. Anyways, hurry up.
Oh, come on. It's a Gen Con special. I mean, we gotta do something for it. I was even gonna do more than one game for the review.
James, there's no time. Hurry up and get ready.
Somehow I need to squeeze multiple game reviews into just a few minutes. Maybe some really short games?
Timelines is a game all about guessing the correct date of historical events. Every single card in the game shows an event from history, and one side of the card shows the year or date when that happened. Every player has a line of cards in front of them, dates turned down so that they don't know it, and on their turn they try to place one of their cards in the middle row, in the correct order of time, ordered from left to right, so either before all of the other cards, after, or somewhere in the middle. Once they've done this, they turn over the card to see the date, and if it was in the right spot, then they get to have one less card in front of them. If they were wrong, they discard that card and draw a new one, date down. First person to lose all of their cards wins. Flavor-wise, the art is beautiful, and whoever that girl is in the front of the box looks cool, even though she's never mentioned at all in the book or the game ever again. The game also has numerous different versions based on different topics, like American history or inventions, the one we have. Mechanically, it's beautifully simple and educational at the same time, and can accommodate more or less players as needed. The sole problem with the game might be the replay value if you memorized all of the dates, but that just means you got smarter, so win-win.
I'm folding my Speedos for the bikini rave.
There's a bikini rave at Gen Con?
If you don't know about it, then you weren't invited. Wrap it up, let's go.
Damn. Here we go. Zombie Dice is a push your luck game all about zombies trying to eat as much brains as possible, all translated through dice. Really? So every turn you shake the cup full of dice and randomly draw 3. Each die is supposed to represent a human and have 3 symbols on them. The brain means you ate their brain, the shotgun blast means they shot your ass, and the footprints mean they ran away. You roll the dice and see how many of each you got. Brains are points and put off to the left, while shotguns are put off to the right. If you get 3 shotguns, your turn's over and you get no points. You can choose to roll again, and if you do, then you take any footprints you got, add more random dice from the cup until you have 3 dice again, and roll those. Once again, keeping any brains or shotguns you get. If you keep choosing to roll and end up with 3 shotguns eventually, your turn is over and you don't get any points at all that turn. If you choose not to roll again, then you get to keep your points. First 13 points makes that the last round, and the most points at the end of that round wins. I've seen this game displayed prominently at every single Gen Con I've ever been to, and it's easy to see why. It's an easy to grasp game, with slightly more depth to it than one would expect. For example, the dice are colored green, yellow, or red, and in that order indicate the easiest to hardest dice. This means you can make some better judgments depending on what you know is left in the cup. If there are green ones left in there, maybe you can push your luck a little and get more points. But if it's all red dice, screw that. Also, the flavor is zombies, which is right up there with ninjas, superheroes, and naked women in the pantheon of guaranteed sellers. Just slap them on a box of whatever and someone will buy it. That being said, relying completely on the dice in a single cup for art does make it difficult to translate the flavor to a player that's in it for the zombie theme. But this can be forgiven since the game itself is so quick. No one's going to fault it for having a single picture when the game's only 10 minutes long, as opposed to a 90-minute game that really kinda needs the added visual treat to help make the longer playtime easier. Add in the convenient and small storage for the entire game, and this is a fantastic portable way to pass the time.
I'm packing my condoms.
What do you think Pooh is about? Take a guess, one guess. It's about monkey shit. What do you think it was about? Flavor-wise, everyone's a monkey flinging the downtown brown at each other. Everyone has a hand of 5 cards, and every turn each player plays 1 card, most often a Pooh or special Pooh card that flings shit at another player. These cards will specify how much Pooh gets on that player, and everyone keeps track of how much poo they gather on their unclean bodies with tokens or just by writing it down, until they hit 15 poo, in which case they're out. If you're the one getting poo flung at them, you can play a defense card, which stops you from getting hit, sometimes redirecting the poo at someone else. Or a mishap card, which makes something bad happen to the ass monkey who threw that crap at you, like losing a turn or taking their own turd to the face. Clean cards take poo away from you. Event cards change the game up a little by making something special happen. And lastly, the first player that gets out gets to take a mulligan by taking the golden banana card and coming back in with 8 poo. The last monkey standing wins. Flavor-wise, you might have noticed a particular thing about this game, which is the fact that it is hilarious. Besides the art being vibrant, sharp, and having a comic book quality to it, it should mainly be respected for having the most pictures of monkeys in the middle of pooping that I've ever seen. The bigger the poops, the more concerned the monkeys get, with the largest ones showing a typical Gen Con attendee after eating from the concession stands. The game can feel samey since it nearly completely relies on the luck of the draw, and without any engine building and a hand limit of 5, the most a player can do is try to hold on to some defense cards just in case. Or, as their turn, they can discard and draw any equal amount of cards to get back to a hand of 5. But, like the subject matter, it's not really meant to be taken too seriously. And it's a great example of a quick game literally anyone could understand.
I'm loading the car. I'm starting the car. I'm trying to see why the car won't start.
Tic-tac-toe?
You're done. Now, have you seen my sex swing for the Gen Con after party orgy?
What orgy?
I've said too much.